Only Rojo. Gotta always be thinking Rojo.
It's not the bulk store.
Greg Garcia here at Goldenfly Shop. Today we're going to just kind of be doing some thoughts about dubbing. And dubbing is kind of overlooked. We can buy it in packages right off the wall, or I think it's kind of fun to play around and make your own dubbing. Now you can get as crazy as you want, and you can buy some packages of masks. And many times what I'll do is I will cut out the cheeks first, put those in a pile, mix that up, and then I'll cut out the center of the face, which has more guard hairs in them and little stiffer fibers, makes really nice spiky thoraxes. And then once I do that, like I've done this with the brown, is after I've mixed them up, I will separate them in a bag and this is kind of the big bag, which has the softer off the side of the mask, and then this is a little bit more spiky stuff. And then I can put it all into this bag. Whenever I go to grab to do some dubbing, it's right here in the bag, easy to find. Now, if you don't want to go that far into it, you can certainly buy stuff off the wall. In fact, I'm going to mix up here, give you an idea of what you can do. Here I have some Nature Spirit hare's mask in a brown, and then I'm going to get a contrasting color. This is some emergence dubbing, which I find that it's really fun to mix into your dubbing. They make it in a whole just ton of different colors, but we're going to do that first, kind of give you an idea of how we're going to do that. But as you can see here, I have gone through and I'll mix all these different dubbings because I didn't like what I saw up on the wall. So, and I've made notes on these packages so you can go back and reference, so it's repeatable. So you go through the whole tie 2, 3, 4 flies, and then you go, oh, what did I do? Well, you have it written down. You have a source to go back. So what I'm going to do here is, and this is kind of how I start off doing this, is I'm going to grab a handful of this brown dubbing. This is just hare's ear, and I find that hare's ear is very easy to use as a base for some of these more coarser materials. If you're using an SLF prison dubbing or ice dubbing from hairline, that stuff's really hard to get onto the thread sometime. Add a little bit of hare's ear dubbing in the same color, contrasting colors. It makes it a little softer and easier to put on your thread. All right, so what I'm going to do is usually I'll start off with even clumps of dubbing. So I got 3 clumps, equal clumps pretty much of the brown. So let's call that 75%. And then I'm going to come in with some of this emergence dubbing in this really cool caddis orange. And I'm going to put, it's a little bit too much, but there's my 4th quarter there. So I have 75 quarter. We're going to go to the old coffee grinder, just drop that in there. Now don't use a coffee grinder you use at home, or you might get kicked out of the house. So get your own. give it a little spin. Open this up. And then look how this dubbing has been transformed from that boring brown to something with a little pizzazz in it. This would be great to tie up just a simple hare's ear pattern with this. Substitute your regular hare's ear dubbing with this. It's a lot of fun. So you can start customizing your flies. Now, if you don't have a coffee grinder at home, we can do this another way. So again, I'm going to go back to my 3 parts or 75% of the brown. And then 25% of my caddis orange. I might start and just kind of hand mix this. That's another thing you can do, even if you want to start small to see if you even like the color combination before you start off big. You can do smaller clumps, maybe a clump this big. You know, do 3 of those and then 1 clump that's the same size of the orange. And then you can just do it in hand, see if you like that combination, and then go from there. But if you don't have a coffee grinder, you can stick this into a bag. And then what we're going to do first is I'm going to get the tips of my scissors, put a couple of random holes in the bag. I'm going to get my condensed air. What I'm going to do here is close this up. And then, as you're going to see here, give it some air. And basically, that's going to do the same thing as the coffee grinder did. Coffee grinder, condensed air. So, 2 ways to mix some hair. Make your own dubbing. It's a ton of fun. And have fun tying. Thanks for watching. Check us out on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Really appreciate watching. Thank you.